Dear colleagues, we resume our working day, and it's my pleasure to invite Colonel Andriy Lysenko, the official speaker on the situation in ATO zone. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We have to state that the last 24 hours were distinguished with the decrease in activities of our animals. In particular, the number of the use of heavy weaponry was minimal for the last 2 months. Nevertheless, the provocations continue, and our troops remain in continuous combat readiness. Near Lugansk, in the evening, the militants shelled from mortars near Shastye, and they damaged some infrastructure. Also, the shelling were registered near Krymska, where they tried to move from eastern and south directions, and also the provocations were near Zolote after sunset. Except Shastya, the heavy weaponry was not used near Lugansk. Near Donetsk, there were 2 combat provocations near Lazova, which is part of Svetlodar. Now, also, the attack was repelled, and near Golevka, the situation is rather quiet. These 2 incidents also happened near the strategically important Finolna and Yasenovata. Near the airport, there were fire between ATO servicemen and militants near Avdiivka and Mar'inka. Near Mariupol, the shot and mortar shelling of our positions was registered near Novotroitsk. Also, yesterday's night, there was a fire and combat between ATO servicemen and militants near Bogdanivka, between Volnovakha and Komsomolsk. Between Starognativka and the Azov Sea, the silence regime was kept. The State Border Service informs that there were 4 flights of drones, and also the avian reconnaissance in Kherson Oblast has activated. There, at the border with Crimea, the 8 flights of drones were registered. And I'm happy to say that during the last 24 hours, in result of combat activities, we lost no our soldiers and 3 were wounded. That happened near Lugansk and Mariupol, despite the some specific silence in the front. Nevertheless, the band formations create obstacles for the SMM OSCE mission, and thus the special monitoring mission met with those people who call themselves Minister of Defense of DNR, and that militant recognized that they have the most up-to-date equipment, and they can suppress the signals from OSCE drones. They even not try to hide the activities. Also, Ukrainian special forces successfully has detained the allies of the militants in Yasinovatsky district of Donetsk Oblast, who carried out his subversive activities around Avdiivka. Also in Kharkivshina, our SBU servicemen detained 3 subversive agents who tried to carry out the sales of arms and ammunition.
The militant was detained who was a reconnaissance of the subversion reconnaissance group, and he participated in the battle for Donetsk airport. After he came back to Kharkiv region, he was collecting information on dislocation and movement of armed forces, and was recruiting people for executing the acts of terrorism. Near Lysychansk, on the territory of ruined plant, the SBU people discovered the hiding with the ammunition and the weapons. And they confiscated more than 10 kilograms of TNT, grenades F1 and RGD-5. At the same time, the measures are taken not to allow dissemination of weapons all over the territory of Ukraine. And the law enforcers stopped the bus with two military who had 2 grenades, 3 kilograms of power, TNT, and a huge number of cartridges. These servicemen are detained, and now also thanks to the local citizens near Dnipropetrovsk, Security Service of Ukraine confiscated 4 anti-tank mines of TM57, TM62 grades. One more act of terrorism was prevented. The rotation continues. The combined troop of the militiamen from Lviv region went to the ATO zone, where they will replace their colleagues. The militiamen who are going to ATO area have everything they need for carrying the service. The relatives and colleagues who were seeing off the law enforcers wish them come back home safe and sound. The National Guard servicemen had a course of tactical medicine in Dnipropetrovsk. There was training on providing urgent medical assistance for personnel. The program included all the components of providing medical and pre-medical assistance during the military actions and in emergency situations. The skills will allow these people in peaceful time to rescue lives at man-made disasters in emergency situations as well. Ukrainians are helping children of the participants of ATO. The first group from Ivano-Frankivsk region came to the summer camps in Genichesk. Children will stay for 10 days near the sea from the 1st till the 10th of August. The second group of children will be hosted there. Ukrainians remember the heroes who gave their lives during liberating Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. The volunteers and citizens inaugurated the monument to the heroes Alexander Serebryakov and Roman Mendel. The citizen of 2 liberated towns and Ukrainian servicemen who participated in these events a year ago participated in inaugurating the monument. The Ukrainian paratroopers Andriy Tkachuk and Andriy Vashkur, who were defending checkpoint, and Anatoly Lebedev, who hit the enemy tank, were received the signs of recognition. Also, the volunteer Eduard Kulinich a year ago went to Karachun mountain. He went to Kramatorsk field and checkpoints, supplying the food products and the equipment for our servicemen. This is all for today. If you have any questions, please ask. And now the questions.
First TV channel, how many shelling from heavy weaponry was done? You mentioned that number of shelling decreased. The general number of shelling amounts to 37, but the majority, more than 90%, was from small arms. The exact figure for heavy weaponry is not known. There are no further questions. Thank you very much. I would like to remind you that at 1 p.m. We will have a press briefing by Taras Kachka, who will speak on the current situation in